radio app when listening to KFAN.
Join the guys in the Rotunda as they broadcast live from 7 to 9 a.m. Stop by and register for a chance to win a trip for two to see the Purple in Vegas, thanks to Mall of America. More info at KFAN.com. Just make the keyword calendar.
It's going to be sweet. A week from Friday.
It's going to be sweet. I can't wait. That'd be good.
You know, in the break,
Yeah.
you can imagine my surprise when all of a sudden Ben kind of looks at me and I look down and, well, there's Helvey underneath the console.
Oh.
What?
Doing
Just doing my job.
Yep, doing my job. And we thank you.
Yes. Look at you, man. Look at you going the extra mile.
Just doing my job.
So we got a couple things we need to get to. Chris asked Ben about Josh Dobbs. We're going to address that in a second. But back to Zacho for a second before we move on.
Just doing my job.
Was it somebody on Twitter or text that had the theory on your coat earlier, Zach?
Mark on Twitter.
Mark.
Oh, yeah,
on
we
Twitter.
never got back to that.
If you listen to the first hour of the show, Ben and Mus, Zach had his jacket stolen from the XL Energy Center last night.
Really?
The jacket
Brilliant,
that was
Hawk.
left where his jacket was a similar color, but a much worse jacket. It had a half-used cigar in one of the pockets and pepper packets.
Oh, okay.
Lavelle, right?
That's
Yeah,
what
it's
Mark.
gotta be.
Yes.
That's yeah.
How did you
That's
know?
what Mark
Yeah.
on Twitter guessed. It's got to be Lavelle.
It's got to be Lavelle.
That's the
yeah,
most
for sure.
Lavelle thing ever to
Yeah.
grab the wrong jacket. It has to be Lavelle.
Didn't he
Somebody
do that
wake his ass up.
once before? Didn't he grab somebody's jacket like earlier this year? I swear that
I
same
think you're
situation
right.
happened. I vaguely remember
Let's
that
cold
happening.
call him.
So
The
Zach,
half-smoked cigar is really the dead giveaway.
Dead
That's the
giveaway.
smoking
That's
gun.
gotta
if
be
you will.
Lavelle.
Yes.
So Zach, Lavelle was at the game last night.
I believe I did see him, yes.
So you saw him. So you believe he was there. He's suspect number one. Percent chance he's up at 8:05 in the morning.
100.
Oh, you think?
I'll text him. Are you?
Text him and just say call the
use them all
hotline
later.
immediately. Don't give him context. Just say
Please.
call the hotline immediately.
Throw in a please. It always helps. A little sugar.
Good point.
How good
Manners
is this
go a
social?
long
A
way.
little sugar.
He did have a busy day yesterday because he was at the game, the Vikings game as well. And then had to go to the Wild game.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He didn't have to. He loved it.
Right, he gets to it.
Right.
I don't know if he loved that Wild game.
He loved that jacket.
Did you smoke that cigar?
I have not yet. It was half smoked already, I think. So
Just
Brody.
throw it out.
So, Sauce, you worked in a cigar shop.
I did.
Is that something that people do?
I don't. I mean,
Do you
I don't
do you
think so.
do you smoke parts of cigars
But if
and
you
put
did-
them out and then save them for later?
If you smoke enough cigars, I know a lot of guys that do that.
Yeah, but
Really?
you would.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you would leave it like in your car ashtray, or you wouldn't put it in your coat.
Yeah, because
You
you'd
know
have
what you're
to
gonna need?
absolutely put it out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, unless it's
or
a
you-
blunt.
Or you cut it.
True.
Yeah,
like if
or
you-
you cut it.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't had a cigar in.
You're not a
Probably
suspect. Don't worry about it.
10
We're not
years.
blaming you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just didn't know if that was like. I mean, you talk to a lot of cigar
Yeah.
people.
But yeah,
Like,
I mean,
don't-
I think you would either keep it in your car or you would put it in like a case. I don't know.
What about a pocket of a jacket?
I don't think so.
Yeah, the
Throw it in
pocket of
there.
the jacket.
Your
It,
jacket.
it had to have been out for quite some time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're not taking that chance.
No.
Everybody,
He's just walking into the X, and you're just like, well, I can't smoke inside.
Yeah.
Just throw it in my pocket and they hang it up right behind Tom Reed.
everybody listening right now that knows Lavelle, text him or call him. Let's just bombard his phone until he wakes up. But don't tell him why. Just say call into KFAN immediately. They're talking about you, and they need you. And then we'll accuse him on the air.
Anybody have his number?
It's 100% him.
Yeah. Because how many people are in the same spot where you are, Helvey? How many people have access to that media area?
a lot. I mean, there's probably over 100, but
Oh.
I mean, it's where we were. Like that.
What?
That's the weird thing. Like
Thanks, Barbara Streisand.
the coat was behind us, and it shouldn't have been behind us. There is a coat rack that literally lines the entire press box, the press row area. So if it is Lavelle, I think he sits kind of by us, but he would have had taken his coat off like a while before he actually sat down. But it's still I don't know. I
What
don't know.
if he did it on purpose?
Yeah, I was gonna
Have we
say-
not thought of that yet.
It's a brilliant move because
Yeah.
you're sitting there going, okay, here I got this. My jacket's getting a little ratty. Plus,
Yeah.
it's got a weird cigar in its pocket.
Yeah, I burned myself on my cigar.
I'm not going to use those pepper packs. And that looks like a newer jacket.
Yeah,
Yoink.
maybe he was like, I'm gonna trade him jackets, and I'm in return, I'm gonna let him have a half-used cigar and some pepper.
Yeah, maybe he thought he was trading.
Is there a chance he puts pepper on his cigar?
I don't know why you would do that. That would stink.
Brody.
Speaking of pepper packs,
Oh, you got it.
still one of these guys.
Thank
Can we do
Yeah.
it now?
Boy.
Who wants to do one?
My,
I'm in.
my.
What
What the hell's
Yeah.
a pepper pack? It's like a smelling salt?
it's I stole an ammonia pack.
Thank
ammonia
you.
cap.
Where do they get
Snap.
those, man? They're,
Oh, okay. They got boxes of them on the
Yeah, man.
sidelines.
Hawk may have found some.
Yeah, I ordered some the other day. They should be here today. Can't wait.
Thanks, Hogs.
You're welcome, baby. All right, so we're gonna get back to my question. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, so Josh Dobbs got 1 full week of practice as the starter, but of course that ain't enough to learn an entire offense. What haven't we seen from our new starting quarterback that we love so much yet that we're going to see as the weeks continue, Ben Lieber?
Well, the one thing that I actually wrote down in my notebook on the very first drive, because it's something that I noticed, lack of anticipation. He and it's all rightfully so. I mean, it takes a lot of reps, game reps, practice reps, to understand the offense, understands the nuance of the individual route runners. I mean, think about the different styles of receivers that he's thrown to already. You've got to understand how they understand leverage, how they understand coverage, all these other things. And you got to trust that some of these younger guys, even like Naylor, I mean, Addison's had an amazing start to his career, but I'm sure there's lots of parts of this offense, and we've seen it time and time again, especially, Hawk and you and I have talked about it when you're producing, that what you don't see on the TV copy, like he has to get lined up sometimes, oftentimes.
Yeah.
They break the huddle. They're like, no, you're over here. Yep, you're on the other side. So you have to be in such sync with those guys, and to be able to throw these guys open and to throw the ball when they're coming out of the break. And too often, he's throwing the ball when they're already out of their break. And you saw it early in the game. We had a couple PBUs and an almost interception because he's throwing the ball when they're open, not when they're breaking to get open, and trusting that they're going to get the separation. So my the ever evolving improvements with him in this offense is going to be him just throwing the ball with better timing, and he's doing a great job right now as is, and I think that's where it gets really dangerous for other defenses if he can start to figure this out and start throwing the ball on time. Whew, man,
It'll help his wide receivers out as well, so that way they're not getting killed by safeties who also
Yes.
have seen and waited for the anticipation not being there.
Yep.
And that's how, KJ, that throw was a little high and it was a little late.
Yeah.
And, Hawk got the same thing. But, yeah, ultimately, that's what we were talking about earlier with maybe that's why he and TJ have such a good connection just because they have background
Yeah.
from throwing balls together in Tennessee.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, just looking at this last game yesterday, when they were playing so much man coverage in the first half, it's easier to know where to throw the ball because you can read that defender's leverage in man coverage. And then you can see either, okay, do they have a too high safety look? Do they have a robber safety look? Do they have a plug linebacker that's just a free linebacker? It's easier to see. It's easier. It's a much cleaner read for the quarterback. Be like, oh, man coverage, where's the man free, or is it too high safety? Like that's easy. But when they line up and press, it looks like man, and all of a sudden they rotate into some sort of zone coverage. That confuses him because now he's like, well, is it cover 3 over here, cover 4 over here? What version of this is like? All those things you have to decipher in a short amount of time. And so I think that's why the second half looked a little clunky in our passing game because he's not anticipating where the windows are going to be. And when the guys are open, there's also another colored jersey in the area as well. And he's like, I can't make that risky throw. So that's why I anticipate Denver to look at our film and be like, But we might run some man coverage on first down or something, but we're in critical situations, we're just going to drop in a zone and see if he can figure it out.
What a huge win for the Vikes. They're 6-4. They have the 7th spot right now in the NFC playoff race. All the teams behind them are struggling or falling apart. Tampa Bay is now 4-5. The Commanders 4-6. Falcons 4-6. Packers 3-6. Rams 3-6. I mean, unless they completely implode, they're gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah,
they have essentially a 2-ish game lead, and still a relatively easy schedule until Cincinnati.
And they would probably go to Detroit.
No.
Bring it.
Yeah,
because they would. Don't they play them the last?
You're saying the playoffs. Oh,
don't they play them the last game of the year?
Suck.
Yep.
Yeah, then they would go
3 out of the last 4 games.
Yeah, 3 of the last 4 games against the same team.
Yeah,
that'd be miserable.
Because Detroit is
Be like a baseball series.
They're very 98 Vikings like, where they can score at any point of the game. Their defense, other than like 3 of them, are not that good.
Detroit's defense?
Yeah,
really?
They got torched yesterday.
I thought that was their
by like. I mean, Keenan Allen.
That was a track meet, man.
Keenan Allen played, but there was about a quarter and a half where he was out of the game, and it was guys I've never heard of on the Chargers receiving corps, just picking them apart.
Right.
Thank you, Jerry.
They were in L.A., right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were tired.
Why were they tired?
It's a long way out there. Time change.
Yeah. There were a lot of, I mean, the one part about that game yesterday, the Chargers had to go out of a silent count.
Why?
At home.
Because the crowd
Because
was
the
so loud.
crowd's so loud for the other team.
Yeah.
That team should still be in San Diego. Nobody cares about that team in
Well, I got to be honest with you. We had the same thing in San Diego.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I mean, it
is cool.
Look,
He's got you there.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. And it would be nice not to feel like the stepchild in LA. But it was this. That was the reason why they wanted to move out of San Diego. Is like they don't have a great fan base. They have a passionate fan base, but they would just sell their tickets to any other team coming into town, and we would get booed coming out of our own home tunnel.
Now the Padres are like 50 million in the hole. They're in trouble too now.
Are they?
Yeah.
Hey,
they're selling pieces this offseason.
Correct.
Real quick, back to the Vikings for a second. Have you ever seen a more ridiculous call than the hands to the face thing on Daniil Hunter? Did he actually hit the quarterback in the face or something? I don't know.
Here's what I would say about that. The angle that's on social media is the wrong angle to look at. I'm not saying that there shouldn't be offsetting penalties, but he had his hand in the guy's throat. So I think the official looked at it probably like, well.
Is this the play where he had his helmet ripped off his face?
Right,
yeah. So he initially punched the dude right in the throat and long-armed him right in the throat.
Okay,
so So that's the initial infraction. And then the guy, when his arms were flailing, grabbed his helmet, kind of inadvertently and ripped his helmet off. And everybody on social media is only seeing the back view where they're just seeing the offensive lineman from the backside. And they're not seeing it from the other side where Daniil's got his left hand right up in his throat. So,
and that gentleman, by the way, unfortunately has passed away.
I would not want to be punched into the throat by Daniil Hunter at all.
Louise, those arms.
Holy cow, those arms. I mean, he threw some dudes around yesterday. I was like, damn.
That's a huge bitch.
That's been his most aggressive year by about 9 miles.
Oh,
wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
He's on a mission to get paid, man.
No kidding.
I love it.
Dude, money is an amazing motivating factor. Yep. And the way his hand usage in the run game and just how he's pass rushing with them, I mean, he's really using those long arms as true weapons right now, and it is awesome to watch. But I think everybody needs to pump the brakes a little bit on that particular play because I do agree that you have an argument for maybe offsetting penalties, but he's the one that initiated the contact that rocked the guy back with his hand to his throat. So I don't know.
That's why we need you here. I did not know that. That's why we need you here. Can we talk about the T-Wolves for a second since we haven't mentioned them hardly at all today?
Sure.
Yeah, 6 in a row.
How about it? Here's Ant.
We've lost the last 3 years, so we've won 4 or 5 games in a row, and we like the feeling. So I don't think we too high or too low. I think we're just right here because we know how I feel to lose. I think we don't want to go back there. So we're just coming out playing hard every night.
I like that he doesn't even care. Yeah. What is it, 4 or 5? Nope, it's actually 6, dude.
Yeah.
What does he care?
Right.
One game at a time. Let's go.
I watched a lot of that game. They are a very good basketball team. And the one thing on this team that I haven't seen from a Wolves team probably since that 04, whatever that year was, is when they get down, you're like, well, it's over. They are never out of it. They battle back. The Towns and Gobert so far is working out great. They play off each other well. Gobert is a defensive force, and it's upped Carl's defensive game last night, and Ant is just a killer. That blow by where he just gets to the top of the key and just makes one move and he just runs by everybody. It's like a video game. He is so good. Ant is incredible. They are a very good basketball team. They're a half game out of first place in the West. I know it's only 10 games in, but still.
And they've beaten a lot of the teams that a lot of people would think are better teams than them, including the Warriors, the Celtics, and the Nuggets. And Ant had this game marked on his calendar before the season even started. He said in preseason interviews he's excited to play the Warriors because Draymond talks a lot of trash. And Draymond, sure enough, was talking a lot of trash last night. And Ant took it to him in the fourth quarter. He scored double digits in the fourth quarter and really just put that. No, go ahead, Sauce.
Oh, sorry. He had that dunk that he had, and he looked right at Draymond and said, F you, right to him, and they teed him up.
It's the best.
Yeah, it's the best.
And I love seeing this Wolves team with some dog in them. Naz Reid is out there, chirping at people. Ann is chirping at people a lot. There's so many years where teams would come into the Target Center and they would laugh and they would look like they're having fun. This Wolves team is pushing people around and showing them that they're serious. And like you said, Carl and Rudy they're learning how to play with each other, man. They're getting that spacing down. And Cat has had a really good last couple of offensive games. And again, I think he just shows that he raises this team's ceiling. Would this team be good without Cat? Yeah, sure. But he raises this team's ceiling to the point that they won comfortably against one of the best teams of the last 10 years. And the Warriors, they're not the Warriors of old. Steph Curry is kind of just dragging that team to wherever they're going to go. And but they outside of Steph, they don't have a whole lot going on, and the Wolves defense held them to just 27% from three, which is their second worst of the entire season. In the Bay Area, which the Wolves they lost 12 straight in the Bay Area. So snapping that streak and just showing that they mean business. And how about the Wolves actually turning into a good second half team?
Yeah.
The third quarter was their Achilles heel for years now, and they turned that third quarter. They flipped the whole game around. They outscored the Warriors by 13, and then it was just kind of off to the races from there.
I did go to one game last year, so will I be invited to the victory parade? Like, can I be on the float just based on how often I went 10 years ago?
You watched him when it was brutal.
Yeah, I feel like I should get to sit with Municky and Alan Horton, and we hold hands because we all went through it together.
Muniky's great. Alan Horton's the voice of the
I like that guy.
Nailed it. Let's do some other stuff when we come back. We can still talk some NFL and Josh Metellus in like 10 minutes or so as well. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on The Fan.
The Fan, along with two men and a junk truck, want to help you win $1,000.
My money thick, thick, hey.
$1,000 in your hand. Happens weekdays, right here on The Fan.
You say you all about money. Yeah, I'm on that cash.
Meat Sauce here for my friends at Two Men and a Junk Truck. Their junk removal services are ideal for those moving, downsizing, renovating, or cleaning around the home. Head to Two Men and a Junk Truck.
Know your power. Metro State University.
Luther and LutherAuto.com. If you're looking to buy a car, you go to Luther. They are your automotive authority. They've been doing this for decades here in the Twin Cities. Everybody loves Luther, but they also love the Luther Tire event, which is right now. They run it a couple times a year. November happens to be one of the months they're doing it. If you buy 4 tires during the Luther Tire event, you get a $100 Luther gift card. So before winter sets in, you get the peace of mind that your tires are brand new. You get free lifetime tire rotations at Luther, free road hazard protection. You get to keep all manufacturer rebates, guaranteed lowest price, unbelievable selection of tires, brand names that you know and trust. If you don't know much about tires, they'll walk you through it. And again, ultimately, you get a $100 Luther gift card as well. I've done this in the past. I got my wife winter tires maybe, 4 or 5 years ago. She was a huge fan. She was feeling a little bit nervous about the snow that year, so we got her winter tires, and I got a $100 Luther gift card. If you're in that same spot, or if you just need actual new tires, fantastic. LutherAuto.com. That's LutherAuto.com. It's the Luther Tire event all month long.
Despite spending the past 4 seasons living on the coast in Florida, you might be surprised to learn that new Wild forward Pat Maroon does not enjoy deep-sea fishing. I guess that makes sense. He's probably worried he'll get marooned. Not weird. Wild.
Come back to the time of rock and roll, tie-dye, and dancing bears with the Minnesota Wild's Grateful Dead Night on November 28th. Buy your ticket now at wild.com/Grateful Dead.
If you're looking for new pickups or SUVs at bargain prices, look no further than Mauer Buick GMC in Inver Grove Heights. Terrific deals available right now on half-ton Sierras, a big selection and big savings on Acadias, Terrains, and Yukons. Remember, at Mauer Buick GMC, we're not number one, you're number one. Great savings on half-ton Sierras, Acadias, Terrains, and Yukons. Available right now at Mauer Buick GMC. Visit MauerBuickGMC.com. That's MauerBuickGMC.com.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there. And around there. And even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
At Early Bird Electric, we take pride in the fact that no one is more committed to community excellence than we are. We're proud to offer discounts for military, seniors, and first responders. Early Bird Electric, committed to excellence. Visit earlybirdelectricians.com or call 612-THE-BIRD.
Get ready to get her done when Larry the Cable Guy comes to Treasure Island. Best known for the Blue Collar Comedy Tour and his signature catchphrase. See the comedian headline the Island Event Center on Saturday, April 27th. Get your tickets at TICasino.com.
Every great football team has a weekly game plan. Hey, it's Ben Lieber here for my friends at Evans Transportation. Do you have a solid game plan when moving freight for your business? Well, my guys at Evans Transportation will look at your current supply chain situation, evaluate it, optimize it, and even build a unique custom software solution. Now that is winning right there. When the final whistle blows, Evans will have helped you move the ball down the field with a strong supply chain game plan. So ask yourself, you want to keep your business moving forward? Find them at evanstrans.com. That's evanstrans.com.
Meat sauce here for my guys at Cody Construction. I recently had a deck project that didn't go the right way. Cody Construction swooped in and saved the day. Now I'm using the best decking product on the market in TimberTech, and I'm pumped. If you have a home improvement project or you need a new deck with TimberTech products, hit pound 250 right now on your phone and say meat sauce to be connected right away. Call who I trust. That's Cody Construction, TimberTech products, and my own advice. What could go wrong? Call pound 250 right now and say meat sauce to get started with my great friends at Cody Construction.
'Tis the season to shine. Shane Company, fine jewelry since 1929.
From the 651 Carpets Plus, home of the Next Day Install Studios, this is the Power Trip on FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
Are you a beer league beauty and think you should be sponsored like a pro? Head over to our contest page and register for a chance to win a Michelob Golden Player sponsorship. More info at KFAN.com, keyword contest.
Oh, Lacko, nice job.
Nailed it.
Any word from Lavelle?
Not a word.
No.
They're doing the ammonia.
They did. They hidden it.
Oh, man. Hey, these nostrils.
You're mine.
Oh, yeah. Hawk, come here.
I will. Hold on.
Oh, that just gave me a full body shiver.
Again, Josh Metellus at the bottom of the hour here. We're expecting to hear from him. Normally it'd be Alexander Madison, but he got hurt yesterday, so we can't talk to him. So we get to talk to Josh for the first time. Excited about that. Young man straight out of Michigan. 6th round draft pick, 2020.
Ride the burn, Ben. Ride the burn.
Guys feel awake?
What's up?
That good? No, I'm good.
Come on, man. Take it in. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it, man.
It'd be cool if you don't.
Let's give some to the Minnesota Wild because Everson says they need motivation.
You're standing beside somebody and he out wills you to put it in the net. You know, it's hard to go, geez, you're out of position. Well, you're not. You're just out battled. But we need more from a lot of guys. And as you guys know, I'm not going to call out a lot of guys in front of you guys, but there's some guys that suck tonight.
Wow. Love that man.
Yeah, that guy kicks ass.
Oh, that's great.
Who were they, Zacho?
I mean, anybody who watched could see. I mean, pretty much the whole team, but
no, name names.
Yeah, specifically.
Okay, fine. How about this? When you make the millions that you make, if you're Kirill Kaprizov, you're expected to contribute. If you're Matt Bold, you're expected to contribute more. So yeah, there is some problems there. I will say though, the biggest issue that they got to figure out is their special teams. 5 power play goals by Dallas and 2 shorthanded goals by the Stars yesterday in that 8-3 loss. So fix that. Fix a lot of things. Got so much to fix. Their slow starts. My gosh. I mean, how many times do they come out just completely flat-footed? They gave up another goal in the first minute. They are the worst in terms of goals against in the National Hockey League. They're worst power penalty kill in the National Hockey League.
That's hockey, I think.
The worst part about right now is going to the X's. Sure, your team might get boat raced. You might lose 8-3, but you also might get your coat stolen by LaValle Neal III.
Yeah.
God.
We don't know that for sure. I don't know.
It's very
We haven't
possible.
gotten a call in yet from.
No, I texted him.
Give him a call.
I love that. I love that bit. Hawk.
I know.
It's
I
a
can't
great
help
bit.
it. I can't help it.
I mean, we are the state of hockey, quote unquote, the state of hockey. And then every time Zach starts talking about the Wild, which a lot of people would care about.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. A lot of people would care about. Nope, just not here.
We're the home of the Wild here.
And of course, the best part about it for you listeners, here's another look behind the curtain, is Zach doesn't know that Chris is turning the microphone volume down. Oh, you do know.
He's got a camera on him. I can see
I got to be better about that.
Oh, it's so funny.
Hey, while we wait for Josh Metellus to call, and we might not have time to get this in, so I might ask the question, and then Metellus might call, and we aren't going to get to it.
Yeah, ask away.
Ben, if you take out serial killers and child abusers, so like just terrible people, if you take out terrible people, let's just be honest about being serious and not being serious. I think I found my least favorite group of people on the planet.
People at Target?
This weekend. Nope.
Okay.
Do they gather on Sunday mornings?
No.
Off the top rope.
Yeah. Me and Zach are looking back
Like
at
I
it.
said,
Like, which
Baptist?
one is
I said
is it
take
me
out
or is
all
it
the
me?
terrible
Or
people.
is it you?
Okay.
What group is it?
Now I'm really curious. That's a great tease.
Wow.
You got a great set of teeth.
Nice
Thank
tease.
you.
Yeah, let's see
The
him.
worst people on the face of the planet are the guys who celebrate and drop the football before they cross into the end zone.
Yeah.
Those are my least
Yep.
favorite
Yeah.
people when they're
Yeah.
so excited to celebrate. That kid almost blew Washington's entire season by celebrating.
Yeah.
He dropped the ball at the 3. It bounces
Yeah.
at the 1. It wasn't even close. What was that kid thinking? Like, since they're kids, kind of. I mean,
Yeah.
they're adults, but they're kind of kids,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
At 18, 19,
They're
20
not
years
being
old.
paid.
Right, they're not.
Kind of.
No.
Yeah, they're making millions, but
Part of me goes like, man, how hard can you hammer them? Those kids deserve the maximum level of embarrassment.
sure. Yeah.
I hate it.
Oh, yeah.
Cross the freaking goal line and then do a stupid dance or do whatever. I wish it had cost Washington everything. That's how bad I hate it.
I'm so glad you brought that up because that is a I'm going to go real over the top here. That's a character flaw.
Agreed.
That I would say I would never like that person. I'm going to guess that I would not like that person.
Dude, you're nailing it.
And I'm going to guess that guy's not going to be super successful once football's over. I
couldn't agree more. It's about because they make it about them, right?
Yes,
like all they want to do is celebrate.
This is going to look
Get in the end
so
zone.
hard if I drop the ball right at the goal stripe. According to who, I don't know.
Right.
But in their minds, they think it's going to be the drippiest thing of all time.
Best part about that replay, too. 2 other Washington players ran right over the ball at the 1, never thought about picking it up. And you can see if you watch the replay, the second that ball hits that ground, that fat lineman's like, that ball's loose. Like, the only one that was doing their job and realized that the game was still a thing was that giant dude from, was it Utah? Fantastic effort. The ball hit the ground. He's like, that's at the 1. I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
Everybody else is running past it.
Yeah.
Because they want to go celebrate with the guy that just picked it off.
It happens every year.
Drives me nuts.
Sometimes multiple times a year, and I'm sure it happens in other like lower college football and football that we just don't see. That's not on ESPN or whatever or social media. I don't understand it, and if it really is such a character flaw to me that if I'm a coach, I mean, you couldn't kick the guy off the team.
Him.
But I'm like, I don't want your type of person on my team.
Didn't Deshaun Jackson do it like twice in his
Yeah,
career?
I think he did.
Yeah.
I think he did it multiple times.
Didn't he flip? Excuse me. Didn't he flip into the end zone and then
he did
pivoted, dropped it? Like he used that to like
He did it
flip?
in a high school game or something, and then he did it as a pro or something like that.
I don't know. But I'm glad you brought that up. Real quick before Josh calls in. Tonight, Mystic Lake, 7 to 8 p.m., Drinks Bar and Grill. Chad Greenway is going to be my guest tonight. So if you're going to be come down to Mystic Lake to Drinks, 7 to 8.
Did you know that Chad really loves ass?
Excuse me?
Wow.
Yeah. I had him on last week.
I think I knew that.
I mean, I would have guessed it.
I would have guessed
He's got
that.
donkeys.
Weird.
Yeah, he likes,
I had no idea that he had donkeys.
Yeah, he's I've been out to his little farm. He's got a great little setup there. Yeah, he's got a couple donkeys. I mean, he's got a little bit of everything. I mean, he's trying to reinvent the farmer that he used to be here in Minnesota.
His tiny little South Dakota is what you're saying?
Yeah, he's bringing a little slice of Mount Vernon, South Dakota to the Twin Cities, and he's doing a great job. It's a fantastic
The
place.
way he brought it up too, he's like, well, I got donkeys. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
Hold
he
on.
likes that sweet ass.
Yep.
Talk about it, brother.
Mm-hmm.
How much are those to get? Because you have to buy a donkey.
They're not
right?
going to let you get
Yeah,
one,
what are you
Zach.
going to do with a donkey?
Well,
That's
you
none
can
of your
certainly capture
business,
one in
sir.
the wild if you're up to it.
I would guess they're really slow.
I
Drive
heard
to
that
South Dakota and just steal one.
But yeah,
That's illegal.
They're wild. Just take one.
Yeah,
they're
take one of
rescue
Chad's.
donkeys, so that way it seems better.
Yeah. These
They're
donkeys were
rescues?
set for slaughter.
Adopt
Do they never being
instead of
rescued?
buy, right?
That's a good point. Could you? I mean, my guess is it's illegal, but why couldn't you just drive to South Dakota and take one? If I find a rabbit on the side of the road, I'm allowed to just take one of those, can I?
But if you go on somebody's property,
Yeah, but what if it's not on? What if it's on state land?
Get
what
off
if
my
it-
property.
You
You're
just
not
take a
allowed out of
donkey?
here.
What if it's
There's
a,
free range donkeys?
There's a bunch of them in South Dakota.
yeah, what if it's a wandering ass?
wandering ass title
Yeah,
of the podcast.
Hawks picked up a few of those.
Name of my autobiography.
Right, yeah.
And Chad's a sucker paying for them. All right, what time is he there tonight?
7 to 8.
7 to 8 tonight.
7 to 8.
At the something lounge or whatever.
The Drinks Bar.
Drinks bar.
Right
I like that.
Right in the middle. You can't miss it. Right in the middle of the
It's fun,
casino
man.
floor.
Yeah, big
it's
old
super
crowd
fun.
there tonight.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we're gonna get crazy. A little saucy. I don't know.
Is he there? Is he there? You want to punch him up for me there?
Yeah, I got
Corey
it.
Cove?
There he is.
Minnesota Viking. Well, first of all, I want to say it like this. The man that, when I think of this new defensive coordinator, I put his face on the front of this defense. Josh Metellus is, for the first time, a guest of the Power Trip Morning Show, filling in for Alexander Madison. Appreciate your time, first and foremost. But second of all, I want to say it, Josh, again, when I think of how aggressive this defense can be under Brian Flores, I think of Josh Metellus. Welcome to the Power Trip Morning Show.
How you doing? Thanks for having me. Big fan of the show. That's funny that you say that. I think of myself as a very aggressive player, and I'm happy that you see it on the film.
Well, Josh, I mean, part of it, we all know that you're a super aggressive player, but my goodness, I mean, how many free rushes are you going to get off of like a miscount or a misunderstanding in the offensive line? Like, that's got to be the best thing. Now, I know that the one rush that you had yesterday, you did a great job of beating the running back, but it seems like time and time again, if there's a free rusher, it's you.
Yeah, coaches do a great job of scheming that stuff up, and when you got players like Ivan and Daniil, who's always causing havoc, pass rushing, you kind of get lost in that, and I just do a good job hiding behind that and showing up at the right time.
Josh, with this three safety look that Beefalo loves to throw out there, and you guys have just been absolutely killing it. But I mean, honestly, your play, Cam's play, and of course, Harrison Smith's play has been fantastic this year.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just a credit to our safety room. I think we're one of the deepest in the league, if not the deepest in the league. And, the guys that we have, we just feed off each other. Obviously, you just see me, Cam, and Harry doing a lot of the work, but, all the guys, even down to Jay Ward, who hasn't played a defensive snap yet, do a great job of just playing their role and being ready when their numbers call.
What's it like, Josh, having Harry in that safety room?
I mean, he's everything in our DB room in general. I think just that presence that he always brings and that knowledge of the game, that experience, that confidence, it is unmatched. You never feel uneasy going into a game knowing 22 is on the field with you, because he's going to play his heart out. He's going to bring that energy. He's going to make you want to be better. He's going to make plays, And, having a guy like that is just crucial to your defense.
Josh, I think the other thing that that gets overshadowed a little bit is because of your stellar defensive play is that you're still a special teams captain, and you're out there making plays on special teams as well. I know that this is it's a physical game, but it also comes down to conditioning. How are you able to give all the special teams reps the respect that it deserves, and also go out there and get as many snaps in this defense as you're getting? Like how, especially at this point in the season, like how are you staying so conditioned? What do you do during the course of the week that allows you to go out there and play fast every single snap?
Yeah, for one, always doing the necessary things throughout the week to keep my body ready to go on Sunday. For me, it's doing a little bit extra, than what's required, because obviously I'm playing a little bit extra than most guys. So workouts beginning of the week, get my heart rate up, and finish with workouts on Friday. Just little extra things here and there. But I would say, it's more of just a mindset thing. When I used to just primarily just play special teams, it was that one play phase, that you only have one chance, that this could be a crucial play for the team. It's always just having that mindset, like, this one snap means the world. So, I always look at it as, I can't mess this snap up. So I got to go hard. I got to do my job. So I don't even really realize that I'm like playing all these special team snaps. Like yesterday, we get a crucial situation. I've been off punt for a while. It's the end of the game, crucial situation. B-Flow tells you're like, oh, yeah, you have to put Josh out there. Let him go back out there on punt. Get things squared away, get the communication set, and then run down there and make the tackle. And I had to do that. Play and then finish out the rest of the game on defense. But I'm just willing to do whatever to help the team win, and that's just the type of player I am. And stuff like that shows it.
So I just want to just cap this off real quick, and you probably don't even understand this, and I want the rest of the audience to understand this. According to Pro Football Reference, you've played 91% of the defensive snaps this season and 49% of the special team snaps for 742 snaps already this season. Dude, you're balling your ass off. Keep it up, and I got to go. Bye.
See you, Ben.
He's got to go be a big TV star now, but he'll be back.
So, Josh, let me ask you this though: you're a part of this team, man. You're feeling this. Dobbs mania has happened the last couple of weeks. Why didn't somebody from the defense volunteer to let Dobbs run out of the tunnel in their place? That could have been you.
Yeah, I know. I honestly, the way it's set up, I think the offense was supposed to run out the tunnel anyways. But I don't know. They had a late switch. I was hoping to see him run out the tunnel too. So we'll get him next time.
Talking about the defense again, Josh Metellus is our guest. First time on the Power Trip Morning Show. I'm glad to hear that you like the show, man. We'd love to have you in studio sometime, maybe even play the initials game after the season. But it's great to have you on.
I would love that.
That'd be great, man.
I like you already.
Here's something though that, and I'm sure it's just because I'm unfamiliar with him, but Brian Flores, I see him all the time on the plane. I see him in the hallways after the game. I see him in the locker room. He always looks at me like he's seen my search history, if you know what I mean. Is he as an intimidating a guy in person as he is to me, to you?
No, I would say he definitely has that side to him. But when I first met him, he was with his kids. So like he just gave off a more of a fatherly vibe, more of a protective kind of energy. But I definitely do feel that intimidation you're talking about. He definitely has that to him too. But I would say he's just like that when he talks about football. He gets very passionate about the game. I would say I'm like that too in a way, but it definitely can come off intimidating if you don't know why he's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Josh, even though Corey is very upset that Dobbs didn't get to come out of the tunnel, even
gotta let him run out of the tunnel, man.
Corey wasn't
You
even
gotta
at
let
the
him do
game, but whatever. Okay, but
They're probably saving it for the prime time.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
you know
good
what?
boy.
You're exactly right. That's a Monday Night Football thing.
But
right.
the Josh Dobbs, that whole thing that's been going on, you guys are watching film and stuff like that afterwards. It's got to be like, oh, thank God he's on our team. We don't have to go chase after somebody like that.
Yeah, the amount of second chances he gives our offense is honestly amazing to just watch. I've never had a mobile quarterback like him, playing football. So, being on the sideline and having that work for you is the best feeling in the world. I think, that first half, was honestly one of the most complete games I felt like we played, of the whole year. And, we just got to find a way to keep that going in the second half, moving forward. But, having a guy like that who can stretch out drives and, make the I think, people don't realize, you have that and the offense on the other end, the Saints offense, now they're trying to figure out, like, we don't have a running quarterback. We're going to have to be this much more in tune to our execution. We got to do this. We got to do this on offense. It just causes a lot of chaos everywhere, and I think, him just being him and being able to extend plays is going to help our team moving forward.
Josh, again, thanks. We'll let you go after this one. I know you got to get to work and such, but you're going to Denver this weekend. As somebody who's never been an athlete of any kind, let alone a pro athlete, do you do anything different to prepare to play in that altitude?
I mean, there's really nothing you can do. I mean, you can try, to get a little extra conditioning in the week, but playing there last year preseason? It was tough. I think, being that this is week 11 now, and we've been going 11 weeks straight. We should be in football shape good enough to handle that. But that's going to be a tough one. But it's like I said, it's a mindset thing. We have the right mindset. We won't even worry about it.
All right, dude. Well played, and good luck against Denver on Sunday, man. Keep this thing rolling. That's 5 straight. That's sweet.
Thank you, guys, man.
Thanks so much, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Take care. There you go. Thanks to our friends at Hy-Vee. Helpful smile in every aisle. How cool is that?
That's sweet.
What a good dude, man.
Yeah. Dude listens to the show.
That's sweet.
He's my new favorite player.
Yes. We're going to get him on the initials game. And he didn't think me weird about the Google search thing. So that's good, man.
All the kids,
That's good. I like
all
it.
the kids get it.
Yeah. Well, I like that. That's a fun dude, man. I don't know.
He's worked his way up. He's earned it.
Yeah, man.
Unreal. 6th round draft pick, and now he's perfect for this defense.
Yeah, he's great.
Well, and what great timing, too, that Flores comes in, right, for him to be able to get all those snaps.
Yeah, right.
Because otherwise, he was going to get some, but not nearly, because with, Cam and how Harrison were playing.
Of course, yeah.
And the defense that was set up from last year. But, yeah, that's awesome.
And we're talking about, Lewis Seen was a 1st-round draft pick, right? I mean, you never know, right?
He's inactive every week.
Just crazy. I got a couple of things for us, non-sports related, that I'd like to discuss with you. Do you have anything you want to talk about in the headlines situation?
We can do headlines, but I don't have any more sports. I think we've hammered that stuff.
I'm with you.
More than
we've talked
enough.
Sports. Yeah, we've talked sports.
Where's the old
We
button?
like the Vikings.
Boom.
Now it's time for headlines.
All right, let me get a couple of these quick ones out of the way, and then the floor is yours.
Ooh.
A woman in Alabama is pregnant with 2 babies in 2 different wombs.
You're welcome.
Are they both hers? Or is she borrowing somebody else's?
I've seen an episode of the Tyra Banks show like this one time. It had the best lead in for a show I've ever seen. I was watching one of the Judge shows, Judge Judy, and they were like, up next on Tyra, 5 women, 10 vaginas. And I was like, how could you possibly change the channel? That's the best.
Yeah, you hit record right now.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, you looked around
I was
the room and
glued
said,
to the TV.
Speaking of no one's looking.
Well, this might be the best Tyra Banks tease, though, of all time.
Today we're going to be talking about something I think we're all very familiar with and sometimes a little obsessed with. Breasts.
Yeah, she's right.
Talk about
It's
a sister.
a whole show about breasts.
Amen.
Remember she tried to be Oprah for a little bit and
doing
yell
the
like
yelling,
that.
yeah.
Not necessarily about breasts. I don't remember Oprah yelling about those. But Tyra definitely had a little moment there where she had some steam and then it just fell apart
But if
because they
there
realized
is-
it was pretty empty.
One word in the English language that you should do the Oprah scream. It's breasts.
I can't help it. I do it all the time.
Yeah, he screamed it at Jersey Mike's yesterday.
Yep. I'm very dangerous when ordering off the menus. Yeah, you're right.
The average adult spends blank hours a month with friends.
The
Well,
average
you
adult.
tip the scale.
Yeah. Between
I
you
bring
and
the
I,
average
it's
way
somewhere in
down.
between, yeah.
The average adult spends blank hours a month with friends.
Oh.
Not enough.
I would say it's got to be a month.
Yeah.
Man, you should be spending probably 20 hours.
Yeah, I was going to say
20-ish.
20, yeah.
I was going to say 18, so yeah, I'm glad I'm not.
18?
Yeah, right.
12.
Yeah, I'm gonna go lower. Not for me, but just most adults. I would say like 10, if that.
4.
4?
Yep.
That's it?
Well,
People are busy, man.
Think about it, though. We spend 3.5 hours a day with our friends.
Yeah, but I
that
think
was
they're probably
deep.
taking that out of it, though.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's work.
But no, you're right. Thank you for being so
I
kind.
consider all of you friends.
Yeah, no, me too. But we're at
Likewise.
work. I wouldn't be here on purpose.
Yeah, that's that's why you have sleeves on.
Wait, am I going to spend time with my family? Hell no.
Because if we didn't have sleeves, if you didn't, I'll stop.
Wow.
I was going to say,
Wow, that was like a car accident.
You know what? That was the equivalent of a lady being in the fast lane realizing she needed to be on that exit.
What were you going to say, though?
I was just going to say, if you weren't at work, you wouldn't have sleeves on.
Lame attempt at humor.
I
Swing and a
appreciate the
miss.
Cross you off the list of my friends.
Appreciate the
Oh,
effort.
no, not that. Chris.
Yes, sir.
62-year-old supermodel Carol Alt has joined OnlyFans, and there will be nudes.
Okay.
Yes.
She claims they will be, quote, tasteful.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
Carol Alt, OnlyFans. She's going to make $1 billion.
sure looks
Who
tasteful.
the hell is she?
Speaking of
You
hot
remember
search
Carol
history,
Alt?
No.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm
She
looking
was
at
a
it
big
right
deal.
now.
Yeah, now I remember.
Sports Illustrated mostly.
Exactly. That was the
radio
first thing I was looking at.
Yeah, she was a big deal back in the day.
She still looks hot.
62.
Damn right she do.
Yeah, good for her.
The Marvels had the worst opening weekend for an MCU movie ever. Maxo,
Yikes.
is it over?
No, I honestly really liked the movie. You saw it? Yeah, I went and saw it. I was surprised. It kind of brought the feeling back for me. It went back to being fun, not so concerned with the larger universe, and it was just a kind of fun, insular story that just dealt with the three characters and not the larger universe. I thought it was great. But yeah, you could see this coming. Anytime Marvel they've been going downhill for a while now, and also there was no marketing because of the strike, and you didn't really see any of the celebrities doing any advertising or anything like that for it or any promotion. So I like the movie, but yeah, you could see this coming. And now Marvel, they don't have another movie on the schedule until summer of 2024, Deadpool 3, which that will definitely
That'll be enormous.
Yeah, that'll get them right back on track. It's both the Deadpool movies are $1 billion plus it's got Hugh Jackman in it, so that'll get them right back on track. But I think it's a good idea for them to kind of just drift off into the shadows for about a year here and get their S back together. But I liked the movie. I thought it was fun.
Two really quick ones, and then Chris, the floor is yours. Elon Musk's Cybertruck finally gets released on November 30th, so just a couple of weeks away. Turns out the fine print says anybody who buys one cannot resell it for at least a year. If you do, Tesla can sue you for $50,000.
Wow.
Can't resell it for at least a year. You're stuck with it for a year.
Yeah,
That's
because
really weird.
they're limited,
That's super weird.
right, in numbers, so that way people are going to grab them, and
So
kind of
they're
like
trying-
Sauce does with his shoes.
Right,
Yeah.
they don't want you to flip them immediately.
Yeah.
I'll do whatever I want.
The National Toy Hall of Fame announced its new inductees, the ones that go in this year, baseball cards.
The rose.
It's not a toy. I don't understand it, but anyway. Baseball cards, Cabbage Patch Kids.
It's putting up Hall of Fame numbers already.
Hockey, control yourself.
Nerf's going in.
The rose.
And the Fisher-Price Corn Popper.
The rose.
Yep. 9 finalists did not make it. The ones that did not make it in this year, Ken.
Oh, it's a big year for kids.
I know.
Did they not watch the Barbie movie?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles didn't make it. What? Battleship, Bingo, Bop It, Slime, Choose Your Own Adventure, Connect 4, and Initials came up a little bit
I
short.
hated Bop It. God.
Bop it.
Oh,
twist it.
With
The
your
floor is
kids,
yours, sir.
you had to play it with your kids, right?
No. When I was a kid.
Spit on
Whoa,
Zach!
whoa.
Dear God, Zach, your mic's on.
Zacho, you might want to take the rest of the.
Spit on it.
You know, it makes it worse when you repeat it.
Sick.
A circus lion escaped and was seen roaming the heavily populated streets of Rome on Saturday. Can you imagine? Footage shot from a police helicopter using an infrared camera showed the lion, named Kimba, strolling around a grassy area. Mobile phone footage posted on social media, which has not been verified, shows the animal quickly but calmly walking through traffic, ignoring cars and houses on either side. Can you imagine?
Oh, my.
Yeah, you're riding your scooter through Rome, and all of a sudden there's just a lion there.
And how likely was he to eat someone?
Right.
I'd say
Or
a
at
1
least
in 5
attack,
chance,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like if you're in the ocean and you get attacked by a great white shark, you're like, man, what a tragedy. If you're walking down the streets of Rome
Yeah.
and you're being attacked by a lion. I don't even know how do you wrap your head around what is happening?
This is a really bad day.
Yeah, terrible timing.
And you almost got to think it's not real if you actually see it, right? Like you're not going to just instantly run away. You're like, there's no way that's
Is that a guy
an actual
in a
lion.
tiger suit?
Really?
Yeah, right.
I think if I see a
it was
lion,
fake.
I'm just going to buy into it that it's a lion.
I'm going to assume it's real.
Yeah. I'm not going to go, no, don't believe you. I'm going to go poke it.
I'm going to investigate.
Whoa.
No, you didn't have to do that.
you.
I mean,
Liner.
Get PETA on the line.
Liner.
But spit on it first.
Oh, yeah. You guys are weird.
Dear God, this show's dumb.
Yeah, but Josh likes it, so I don't care.
Josh likes
He made my day. Now I'm going to make a fool of myself on the plane on Saturday. Hey, Josh.
He'll be like,
Hey, remember me from the
Remember
show
you
that
like
you
the
like?
show.
And he'll be like, I don't listen to that show. I have no
I don't
idea
know
who
who
you're
you
talking
are.
about. I
With
say that
his
to every
cool
show I'm on.
friends, and then get all embarrassed.
Yeah, he thought he was listening to a different radio show.
Yep. All right, I'm off the next 3 for vocal maintenance. I'll see you guys on Friday for initials, but you guys are back tomorrow 5:30 to 9.
Oh, yeah.
No bonus tomorrow. No Marnie tomorrow.
Jeez.
I think you guys have Rosie, though, right?
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. All right, Mus,
Happy
thanks for your
birthday,
time,
Rosie.
man.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
thank
guys.
you,
Love you.
Anyway, see you tomorrow. Everyone have a wonderful day.
Only questions and surprises. KFAN Total Traffic.
From the Quick Trip Traffic Center, here's a look at the roads in St. Louis Park, Highway 1.